think they deserve a round of applause as well. I've always said, my dear friends, that ASEAN needs to have a more collaborative approach towards the 21st century economy. We are talking about AI, digitalization, the green agenda. Competition between friends and neighbors need not be zero-sum. Otherwise, we'll be all racing to the bottom, where competition is to see who is cheaper in ASEAN. No, I believe we can partner together to increase the value of our respective national economy, tackle global problems together, build local competency and drive green growth in this region. And this was indeed the spirit of Kuala Lumpur 2045, when our leaders met about 3 months ago here in Kuala Lumpur to renew the ASEAN commitment. Commitment not only to work together, but also to work together closely and deeply, as well as for the long term, looking at least into 20 years in the future. We should leverage on our core competencies, for example, to develop an ASEAN EV industry, rather than allowing investors to push us to a competition to the bottom, to throw price and to see who is the cheapest. And we've done it, my dear friends, with the ASEAN Standards for Green Financing, the ASEAN Power Grid, ASEAN Digital Economy Framework Agreement, etc. And we've done it more recently with real-time cross-border payment via the ASEAN e-payment integration. There is no stopping us from doing the same, collaborating in our EV industry, in our chip sectors, for our green economy, and even for our skills training sector. But what can we do vis-a-vis skills training and TVET? First, ASEAN should be a platform to share our experiences in skills training. The different stages of our industrialization and the different sectors of which each of us has our respective competitive advantages will enable us to complement one another. Take for example Malaysia. We have more than half a century of experience when it comes to high-tech semiconductor manufacturing. Today we are 7% of global semiconductor trade and 13% of global semiconductor back-end manufacturing. As our economy catches up to an even higher growth and higher value model, we aspire to be a world-class skills training center to ensure our human capital is ready to embrace a higher value job market. The Malaysian unique national experience will surely be useful to fellow member states who are perhaps exploring a similar path, and Malaysia too can benefit from our neighbors. Secondly, to fully realize the potential of ASEAN, we must move towards a long overdue higher synergy in a common certification framework. If skills are the currency of Industrial Revolution 4.0, IR 4.0, then in order for a greater advancement of the ASEAN skills market, we must work hard towards mutual recognition. Perhaps it is time for an ASEAN skills clearinghouse, a regional standard authority to enable trans-border recognition of national skills standard. The low-hanging fruit, because the Deputy Prime Minister reminded me, is to strengthen the existing Asean TVET Council to do more. Here in Malaysia, we are in the process of amending our skills development legislation to recognize higher TVET qualifications beyond the current ceiling of an advanced diploma in TVET. This will include consultant and expert level of skill certification, and this certification will definitely fulfill any stringent regional or even global standards. There is no reason why these experts here in Malaysia cannot move freely to contribute their knowledge and skills within the region. Thirdly, we must put our money where our mouth is to invest in skills education. The Malaysian government spends about 10 billion ringgit, the region of $2.4 billion a year on TVET and skills education. If this is an average across ASEAN, then we are looking at about 100 billion ringgit or $24 billion annual government outlay just for TVET and skills training alone. I'm not counting the conventional academic or education funding. Yes, each member states have our own strength and core competencies, and also our national interests, right? But what is stopping us from developing a deeper collaboration to amplify our resources through pulling them together? 2 months ago, in line with this spirit of sharing resources, and also in conjunction with the ASEAN Years of Skills 2025, Malaysia opened up our National Training Week for the first time to citizens of ASEAN beyond our borders, with a record-breaking number of participants at 3.5 million people all over ASEAN, 10 times the number of participants last year. Malaysia offered over 72,000 free skills training courses valued at 400 million ringgit to Malaysian citizens and fellow citizens of ASEAN. This is a demonstration of Malaysia's commitment to upskill ourselves and to collaborate with our neighbours to upskill our region.